Galactic Council Hall was full of light and noise. Hundreds of alien leaders sat in a wide circle, watching a small blue planet spin on a screen. That planet was Earth. To them, it was nothing special. It had weak defenses, slow ships, and noisy broadcasts filled with human emotions. A tall alien speaker stood and smiled. "Earth has shown us its new weapon," he said. They called it a prototype. The screen changed. A human machine appeared. It looked rough and simple compared to the shining alien fleets. Metal plates, strange engines, and no glowing energy fields. The hall went silent for 1 second. Then, laughter filled the room. Some aliens laughed loudly. Others shook their heads. A few recorded the moment for history. "This is what they fear losing," one council member said. "They are still playing with metal and fire." Another replied, "2. The galaxy, Earth, was a child pretending to be strong." The council voted quickly. "No long talks, no deep planning. Send a small force," the leader said. "Teach them a lesson. Show them mercy so they remember who rules the stars." A fleet of alien ships moved toward Earth. Not an army, just a message. When the ships arrived, human defenses reacted fast, but they were weak. Missiles failed. Satellites fell silent. Cities went dark from space. Earth looked fragile. The alien commander watched the planet below. His orders were clear. Destroy key locations. Leave survivors. Fear was the goal, not extinction. Energy beams struck military bases. Communication centers burned. The human weapon prototype was destroyed before it could even activate. The aliens won, easily, during the final strike. The commander saw something strange on his screen. A small escape vehicle moving through the smoke. Inside it was a human child. Alone, scared, but alive. The targeting system locked on. The commander paused. "For what reason?" his officer asked. "It is only one human," the commander replied. "Let them remember mercy." The ship turned away. The fleet left Earth, broken, silent, and burning. Back at the Galactic Council, the report was received with smiles. "Earth is finished," someone said. "They will never threaten us again," said another. The council laughed again, louder this time. They did not see what was happening below the ruins. Deep under the destroyed cities, humans were still alive. Engineers, soldiers, scientists, and families gathered in shelters built long ago. They watched the sky with anger, not fear. The child who was spared was found days later. He had seen the alien ships clearly, their symbols, their patterns, their mistakes. Humans listened. Earth did not send a message. Earth did not cry for help. Earth went silent. To the galaxy. Silence meant surrender. To humans. Silence meant work. Hidden factories restarted. All laws were removed. Every resource. He was redirected. The prototype that was destroyed was not the real weapon. It was only a test. Humans learned fast. They studied alien energy, alien movement, and alien weaknesses. The child's memory became a map. Mercy had given Earth time. Years passed. The galaxy forgot Earth, but in the dark, human ships were being built. Stronger, smarter, silent, and far away. The Galactic Council never realized one simple truth. They did not defeat Earth. They only taught humanity who their enemy was. The galaxy waited for Earth to respond. No message came, no threat, no surrender. For the Galactic Council, this silence meant only one thing. Earth was broken. Earth was afraid. They moved on to other matters. New wars, new trades, new worlds to control. Earth slowly faded from galactic memory, but on Earth, silence was not weakness. It was protection. Deep below the ruined cities, humans worked without rest. Light stayed low. Voices stayed quiet. Every sound was controlled. The leaders of Earth met in underground halls. There was no shouting, no panic, only focus. They reviewed the attack again and again. The alien ships, the weapons, the patterns. The spared child sat in the center of the room. Older now, calmer, he remembered everything. The shape of the ships, the symbols on the hulls, the pause before the attack ended. That pause changed everything. Engineers rebuilt the destroyed prototype, but this time, they did not rush. They improved it. They questioned every limit. The old rules were removed. Ethics changed. Fear disappeared. Human science moved fast. Energy systems grew stronger, armor became lighter and smarter, ships learned how to hide in deep space. Factories were built under mountains and oceans, some were never marked on any map. Earth did not try to match the alien fleets. Earth tried to understand them. Every alien signal was studied, every weakness was recorded, every mistake was remembered. The weapon was no longer just a weapon, it became a system, a network, a silent force. Years passed. The galaxy still ignored Earth. Alien traders passed near the solar system and felt nothing. No signals, no movement, no danger. They laughed and called Earth a dead world. Inside the solar system, human ships waited. They were dark, they were silent, they were ready. The spared child grew into a soldier, then a leader, then a symbol. He did not speak of revenge, he spoke of balance. Humans remembered the laughter, the council hall, the jokes, the mercy. That mercy had given Earth time, and humans never wasted time. The final test was simple. A human ship entered deep space. It watched an alien patrol. It copied their movement, then it disappeared without being seen. Earth succeeded. The leaders gave the order. Production increased. Training began. Plans were finalized. Still, Earth stayed silent. The galaxy slept peacefully, believing the threat was gone. They never asked why Earth stopped sending signals. They never questioned why a whole planet went quiet. They believed silence meant defeat. They were wrong. Earth was not preparing to survive. Earth was preparing to return. And when humanity returned, the galaxy would finally understand. Silence was not the end. It was the beginning. The first sign was not an attack. It was confusion. A long-range sensor station near the outer galaxy detected movement. No energy spike, no warp signal, just shadows where nothing should be. The alien operators checked their screens again and again. The readings made no sense. Then the shadows moved closer. Unknown ships appeared. Dark in color. No markings. No signals. The patrol fleet moved to intercept. Weapons powered up. Shields ready. Still, the unknown ships did not fire. At the Galactic Council, alarms began to ring. Reports arrived from multiple systems. The same ships. The same silence. These are not pirates, one council member said. They move like a trained force. The council demanded identification. A message finally arrived, short and clear. This is Earth. The hall fell silent. Laughter did not come this time. Screens, filled with images of the human ships. They were advanced, smooth, alive with quiet power. This is impossible, a council leader said. Earth was destroyed. The human ships moved closer. Still no attack. Then the weapon activated. Not a blast, not an explosion. Alien systems began to fail. Communications went dark. Navigation collapsed. Weapons shut down. Entire fleets drifted helplessly in space. Panic spread across the council hall. What is happening? Someone shouted. The human weapon did not destroy ships. It controlled them. One by one, alien fleets lost power. Planets lost defense grids. Stations went silent. The galaxy realized too late. This was not a battle. It was a takeover. A human command. Ship moved forward. At its center stood the man who was once the spared child. He looked at the council through the screen, calm, focused. You laughed at our weapon. He said, you called it a joke. No one spoke. You spared one human. He continued, and in that mercy, you showed us everything. The council tried to negotiate. They offered peace, trade, apologies. The human commander listened, but his face did not change. We did not come for revenge, he said. We came for balance. Behind him, stars shifted as more human ships arrived, not hundreds, but thousands. The galaxy understood the truth. Earth had not built an army. Earth had built patience. Alien leaders watched their power disappear, their technology useless, their control gone. Every system that once mocked Earth was now silent. The human ships stopped at the edge of the council system. They did not fire. They waited. Fear spread deeper than any weapon. The council finally understood the price of their mistake. They had laughed at Earth. They had dismissed humanity. They had mistaken mercy for weakness. And now, humanity stood above them. Not shouting, not raging, just present. The commander ended the transmission with one final line. You saved one of us, so we learned how to save ourselves. The screen went dark. Across the galaxy, the message was clear. Humans had returned. And this time, they were not asking to be taken seriously. They were demanding it. The galaxy did not fall in one day. It fell slowly, system by system, world by world. After the human ships appeared, fear spread faster than light. Alien governments tried to hide the truth, but silence could not hide. Failing systems, defense grids stopped working, war fleets drifted without power, trade routes collapsed. The human weapon did not burn cities, it did not shatter planets, it removed control. Planets that once ruled others now depended on human permission to function. At the center of the chaos, the Galactic Council argued. Voices rose, blame spread. "This is your fault," one leader shouted. "You ordered the attack on Earth." "No," another replied. "You laughed first." The council tried to activate emergency protocols. Nothing worked. Human signals filled the space around them. Calm, clear, unstoppable. The alien commander who once spared the human child was captured. His ship had lost power like all the others. Human forces boarded without resistance. He was brought before the human commander, the child he once spared. Now a leader. They stood face to face, no guards between them, no weapons drawn. "You remember me?" the human commander said. The alien nodded slowly. "I showed mercy." He replied, "I thought it would end the conflict." The human commander looked at him, his voice steady. "Your mercy saved us," he said, "but it also revealed you." The alien did not understand. Humans showed him data, fleet movements, command codes, energy patterns. "All of this came from one moment," the commander said. "The moment you hesitated, across the galaxy, worlds began to surrender. Not because humans demanded it, but because resistance was impossible. Human ships appeared above planets that once mocked Earth. They did not fire. They waited. Fear did the rest. The council finally sent a message, a plea, not an order. They asked for mercy. The human response was short. "We remember laughter." The council members watched their screens, their power gone, their authority empty. They realized the truth too late. Earth had not come to rule the galaxy. Earth had come to change it. The price of mercy was not destruction. It was loss of control. Every race that believed itself superior now lived under limits they did not choose. The alien commander lowered his head. "I wanted to be kind," he said. The human commander replied quietly, "Kindness without respect is just pride." Outside the chamber, stars burned calmly. Human ships held position. The galaxy was not screaming. It was silent. That silence felt heavier than war. One by one, council members accepted their fate, their systems locked, their fleets disabled. The age of unchecked power was over. Humanity did not celebrate. There were no cheers, no victory songs, only resolve. The commander sent a final message to the captured alien. "You spared one human," he said, "and that act shaped the future." The alien looked up slowly. "What happens now?" he asked. The human answered without anger. "Now you live with the choice you made." Across the galaxy, the meaning became clear. Mercy had a cost, and the galaxy was finally paying it. The galaxy did not burn. It changed. After the fall of the council, a new silence spread, not the silence of fear alone, but the silence of understanding. Human ships remained in position. They did not move forward. They did not expand. They waited. Worlds that once ruled, others now asked permission, not to exist, but to act. Human rules were simple. No forced control, no destruction for pride, no laughter at weakness. Every race was allowed to govern itself, but no race was allowed to dominate. The galaxy slowly adjusted. Trade returned, communications stabilized, life continued. But something had changed forever. At the center of the new order stood Earth, not as a ruler, but as a boundary. Cross the line, and humanity would return. The human commander addressed the galaxy one final time. His image appeared on every screen, clear and calm. "We are not conquerors," he said. "We are witnesses." He spoke of the attack on Earth, of the laughter, of the mercy that saved one human. "You saw us as weak," he continued. "You were wrong." The spared child was now a symbol, not of revenge, but of patience. Humans were studied now, feared, respected. Alien academies rewrote their history. Listen's Earth was no longer a joke. It was a warning. The alien commander who once spared the child was released, not as a prisoner, but as a reminder. He returned to his people with a single truth. Never laugh at humans. Earth did not demand statues, or songs, or praise. They demanded memory. The human weapon was never shown again. Its existence was enough. In the quiet years that followed, new threats appeared in distant space, and each time, the galaxy looked toward Earth, not for help, but for balance. Humans did not rush to fight. They watched, they waited, because humanity had learned something long ago. Strength was not speed, power was not noise. True power was patience. On Earth, the cities were rebuilt, stronger, smarter. Children learned the story, not as a tale of war, but as a lesson. They learned that laughter can start a war, and silence can end one, far across the stars. Alien leaders remembered the day humans returned, not with anger, but with fear and respect. They feared humans, not because they were cruel, but because they were calm, because they did not need to prove their strength. The galaxy understood at last. Humanity was never weak, they were simply waiting.